Hey guys, I'm making this video about ANNEKA LUCAS. This is for people who have discernment and don't listen to everything they see on the media. Alright, it's from a channel, Real Story, Real Women. It's got 3.3 million views. Alright, so if anybody doesn't know, if you get that many views, that's the elite. They're owned by the elite, yeah? So for the video to have that many views, they're trying to push an agenda, right? So, and there's a couple of things I'll point out in the video that are just like someone who's had that happen to them. Man, like, I'm pretty sure they'd never say the stuff that this lady says. Like, she just sounds weird, and there's no emotion in her face. Like it's like she's a robot, you know. But yeah.
My name is ANNEKA LUCAS. I am a mom, I have pets, and I'm currently the leader of an organization that brings yoga into prisons. I'm also a survivor of child sex trafficking. I was raised in Belgium and sold into a murderous pedophile network right around my 6th birthday. I was used in this network.
So there she said she just brings yoga into prison. So we all know what yoga is. It's how they get you to subconsciously conjure demons into yourself. But you know, it sounds weird, but trust me, man. Do your research, look it up. You know, you'll know. And yeah, she's bringing it into prison. So she's trying to get people possessed inside prison. So that's obviously what she got rewarded with. A lot of these people, they basically get Stockholm syndrome and they turn into abusers themselves. And yeah, for her to be a leader of some organisation and to be having all these videos and getting exposure, like that's just not random, you know. So something's definitely happened. But yeah, this is, as I said, this video is for people who have discernment.
This network for 5 years and a half. Adult men that were part of this exclusive club were there for various reasons, but there was a lot of alcohol, a lot of drugs, and the children were the commodity, the highest, the most valued commodity.
And another thing with this video, there's no useful information from it. She doesn't say anybody's names, she doesn't expose any locations, she doesn't give out any information, she just tells us what everyone already knows. So, you know, if she was really serious, why aren't we getting told information to go do our own research so we can help her and help other people? You know, not like, yeah, it's a sad. Why isn't she talking up? Why isn't she exposing these people? You know, you might say, oh, but she doesn't want to get like tracked down and killed. Yeah, but why? Her name's already out there. She's already put her face on camera. Why couldn't she have just covered her face, changed her voice, and just boom, given all the information out, all the stuff that we actually need to know? Why couldn't she do that? Yeah.
And were used for sex mostly. But there were a number of aristocrats that were part of this club who also liked killing children. And then my time had come. At the age of 11, I was about to be killed. I was tortured because someone who had protected me for a while and then abused me really badly, was done with me. I was strapped to a butcher's block. That was black from the blood of all the children that had come before me. I was there for a few hours. My body is full of scars.
Now, she says something that contradicts what she says. She goes, oh, my body's full of scars, and then later on she says, I have no scars. And then you got to think, like, out of all those children that died, why was she picked to live? So maybe, she had made some deal or something, or you never know. Like, these are the things you got to think about.
And every scar reminds me of the moment. I thought that I was going to be killed like all the children that weren't loved enough to live. And I was going to be forgotten as well. And I wasn't ready to die. Someone from inside that network loved me enough to rescue me.
Now, really sick, if you can't understand that, this is why you don't hear these things. Someone inside the network loved me enough to save me, like that is a sick thing to say. So that's Stockholm syndrome, Yeah. yeah, like, messed up, man. Messed up, but you gotta define details is how you crack these cases,
That torture lasted a few hours. However, I was in that network for 5 years and a half. In that time, I was raped many, many, many times. I don't have any scars to show how many times I was raped, but I did the math.
Yeah, so, like, as you can see, she's going into a lot of detail there, and you should be asking, if she's going into that much detail, why can't she be going into the details that we need to know? She's just telling us sick stuff. Like, why do we want to hear this? What's the point? No, what's the agenda that's getting pushed? And you'll see soon. That's all it is.
Usually it was a whole night in the weekend. And so I gathered that I was actually raped, for about 6 hours a week. 1,716 hours of rape before I reached the age of 12. I grew up with instructions that were given to me by the person who rescued me, that kept me out of prostitution, kept me away from drugs, led me out of the country, Belgium, where this all happened. As a young adult, though I didn't have any scars, I had been projected upon so much as a sexual object.
So she says she has no scars again, which is really weird. And yeah, she again says she got saved by one of her accusers. Like, what? Like, do you get the message they're trying to say? They're subconsciously trying to, Yeah, I don't know how people can't see this, man. It's not hard at all. And plus, she's just emotionless. She's weird. She looks...
That I attracted men. And part of me needed that to live, because that was the only way I knew how to feel good. And as a young woman, I was so disrespected and so used. And yet everyone was so ready to put the blame with me for being promiscuous, for being...
See, that was really interesting. She said, as a young woman. That's not a young woman, that's a child, And yeah, she's... you can tell with these people, man, they're creeps. They turn into worse than the people that abuse them, because they're so full of just, you know what I mean? Trust me, you can tell with these people, man.
was said cheap, a whore, all these things, all these epithets, so quick to denounce me. And then, as I was healing, I realized, no, I have to break out of this pattern that I'm in, that I need sexual attention. So let me break away from it. Let me not objectify myself at all.
Yeah, see, she goes, after when she left, she still had to keep doing it. She still had an urge to be with men because that's all she knew. Like, wouldn't you think someone who went through this, they would be the complete opposite of what they want to do? So she keeps going on with it, even though, you know, she's not getting objectified to it. She's doing it on her own free will. That, I reckon, there should be, alarm bells should be ringing, you know? You can tell the agenda that they're trying to push here. She goes on to say, this is at the end. She goes, I was a liberated woman when I became a liberated woman. You know, she's basically saying that this doesn't happen to like little boys as well, you know? So that's the agenda that they're pushing.
Woman. And so I worked for decades and decades, feeling into all the pain of what was done to me, all the betrayal of being sold by my parents. Children are the most vulnerable of our population. So we want to create a society where children will be safe, where children will have every child deserves safety. No child deserves what I went through and what millions of children each day go through. But unfortunately, the way the system is right now, that is part of the system. As women, we have so much potential to be truly empowered by feeling into everything.
Boom, there's a big one. She goes, it's part of the system. It happens to millions of kids every day. That's another agenda they're trying to say. They're trying to get people normalized to this type of stuff so that they don't even question it. They just go, it happened again. It's all right. The millionth one today. It's all good. You know? This is the shit that they're trying to tell people, and no one cares. No one can, they just...
As women, endure. That gives us more strength than anyone. All that pain, behind all that powerlessness and that humiliation, really feeling into what was done to me, really understanding that it wasn't me, that at the end of the day, I'm okay. I was a child. I was being victimized. It wasn't my fault.
Yeah, obviously it's not your fault. Why would you even ask that? Why would you even say that? Yeah, I see straight through this lady. Look, I hope to Jesus that it's BS, you know. I hope she's legit, but this alarm bell's ringing. Man, yoga into prisons. Yoga, we all know what yoga is. You goat yoga. Do yoga with your goat on your back. But yeah, do your own research, guys, and yeah, have a good one. God bless.